All right, you introverted cat lover jewelry psychopaths out there. Benny back in the house, and we are here for another epic jewelry adventure. And I'm excited about this one. Not really sure how this is going to turn out, but let me tell you what my plan is, guys. So I'm thinking about a different kind of bezel, I guess. But instead of putting a bezel on a back plate like typically you would do for a bezel, we're going to have the back plate be part of the bezel. So I'm sure this has been done before, but we're going to do it and you guys are going to see. So eventually, let me just trace this stone, roughly trace the stone for you. And I hope you guys can see that. I'm using pencil. That is going to be that would be the typical back plate, right? But my plan is to have a piece of, however high it is, this come out, protrude, if you will, and then these are going to be castellated. Bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm talking about, castellations. Episode 14, if you want to know about castellated bezels. And then in here, we're going to do a so it's gonna see through. This is gonna be cut out. So you're gonna, because you know these, this is labradorite, and you can see through it, like in the sun. If you put it up to the sun, I know it's. And this is gonna be a ring. I'm gonna make a cool ring like this, guys. It's gonna be a faux finger ring, not to be confused with a four-finger ring from Harlem, but a faux finger ring for their forefinger. You know, but some people like to wear four-finger rings. You know, so this is for that person that likes the four-finger ring. So this is going to fold up, and this is going to fold up like that, guys, and it's going to see through in the bottom, and this is going to hold the stone in, and it's going to be all 18 gauge. It's going to be 18 gauge on this back plate. And then once we get that, then we'll do a really funky shank for it. Probably a shank that is, if this is the shank, if this is the stone sitting like this sideways, the shank I want is going to be something like this. This energy, if that makes any kind of sense. Yeah, so that's the idea, friends. Welcome to the jewelry adventure. Let's make this happen. Okay, guys, I have my 18 gauge. I think I'm going to utilize this kind of small little area that I have right here. Right now, I'm trying to see how tall is this stone, and it looks like it's about 7 millimeters tall. Let's go 7 millimeters, guys. We're gonna go 7 millimeters out, and if we have to shave off a millimeter, we have to shave off, but it's better to have more material than not enough material. So let's just see if we have 7 on each side here. If I did a line like a smart person, Sharpie, blam, friends. If I was right-handed, it would be the right way. So let's go like that. I love these Sharpie pens. I talk about them in my videos a lot until Sharpie sponsors me. So I don't know how to do the math on this really, besides probably just eyeballing the stone. 7 millimeters on that side. That's about 9 millimeters. So I think I have 7 on both sides. So I'm gonna basically mock this out and cut it out. But that's how I'm trying to figure that out. So if anybody wants to know, if you haven't seen my other videos, this tray I use down here is just a big plastic tray that I use to catch the dust and my little pieces when they fall. Sometimes they land in there, sometimes they bounce out, but there we go, friends. This is going to be the bottom. This is the base plate and the bezel. So let's start having some fun and figuring this out. Okay, so right here, I just got to make sure that I got 7 millimeters. Maybe I'll move these over. Lick your finger. I advise you guys to wash your finger first, if at all possible. But if you're a heathen like me, I just lick my finger like somebody who goes to Kentucky Fried Chicken a lot. Finger licking good, friends. Oh, buddy. Oh, did I just really say that? Really? I got the garbage jokes. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna eyeball it and use my best eyeball judgment. I trust my spatial abilities. Yeah, dudes, I'm sorry that took so long, guys. That's pretty whack that it takes me that long to figure that out. But okay, now I just have to kind of, I'm gonna do some math. I'm gonna try to think about it and think about the best way to do it, and hopefully when you come back I'll have some lines drawn out, and then I'll explain to you how I did them. But it's gonna take me a few minutes to figure this out. Okay guys, from end to end we have 36. What's half of 36? Shoot, half of 30 is 15, and plus 3, 18, 15, 16. That's 16. Half of 16 is 8. So then I decide how wide do I want my castellation to be. And I think I want it about 10 millimeters. So, okay guys, so we know that far. And then I can use my see-through line. How come those look different? How come they're not lined up? See how that's not lined up, friends? I screwed up somewhere. End. I'm playing, we're just staying alive, baby. Then here we're gonna go out, 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 out. So then I'm gonna cut that out, and that's gonna be, eventually these will be castellations. If you guys can see that right there, castellations will be right there. But let's cut this out first. Actually, should I do the castellations first? Because I can put it all in there. Yeah, I'm gonna do the castellations first. Jewelry adventures, guys. Okay, guys, so this is basically it. Those are the castellations on the back side. All those lines, kind of confusing what you're looking at, but I'm gonna cut all the outsides of these corners out and then just leave what the middle is, and then we'll tidy it up and see what we're working with. Yeah, buddy. All right, friends, so this is what we're working with without the distraction of the lines. Some tidying up needs to happen. I hope that's enough. Oh yeah, that's enough material. That's enough material, friends. I think we're gonna make that happen, guys. How cool. All right, let's keep moving forward. Keep pushing. Okay, guys, we have a little bit of action going on there. It's looking a little better. Just so you know, these are needle files that I got at Harbor Freight, guys. They have a nice, they call them finishing files, but maybe finishing for metal work. But with silver, these are kind of gritty, and they take saw blade marks out of the sides pretty quickly, and these work pretty aggressively, and they work in tight spaces, and they're only $5, man. So come on. Okay, friends, so I'm trying to figure out how much in should I go from when I do the table that it's going to sit on. So I'm trying to think about where I can put the boom if I want to stamp my maker's mark there, 925. And then I can cut that out. Yeah, buddy, let's go for it, man. And then, of course, the 925, so they know it's not a phony baloney. Bam. And so right here, I'm trying to, I got my dividers, and I want to know that that line is equal all the way around with my dividers. Boom. This way can go this way a little bit. This line is a little off. This line, I need to cut on the outside of that line. So we're just going to correct that really simply. So right there we have nice even all the way around. Just easily do my drill right through that. So I'm going to go ahead and drill that out, and then we'll keep moving forward. So this is where we are. Bam! Okay, guys. Now we're going to score these edges here with a saw. I asked the group about this, and this is a technique and I'm going to kind of explain to you what I'm going to do. Not what I'm going to do. I'm trying to talk less hillbilly, guys, because if somebody trolled me for my hillbilly talk, I might get my feelings hurt. I'm kind of sensitive, you know. Just try to nip it in the bud. Oh gosh, and then I said that like a hillbilly. Really, friends? Okay. So I'm gonna let you guys see me do this because I've never done this before. I've never scored for a bend. Do like this. Just run like you're doing a line. You know what I mean? Okay, so if you guys can see that, I scored a line in that. And I'm going to do all of them. And then I might go through them with this triangle file and just really make that so that it wants to bend up a little bit. And let's just pray for the best. All right, Juanitosville. So right here, I scored all of the insides of this. Now I'm going to get a brand new needle file from that little pack I showed you guys earlier. And I'm just going to look at it as close as I can and just give it a stroke up. Just kind of feeling that I'm in that groove. There's one. So I'm going to do all of these, but I'm sure you don't want to watch me do them all. But I just want to show you guys what ideally, for me, in my opinion, what it would look like ideally. Bam, see that right there? And hopefully, that's 18 gauge. That's pretty thick, friends. All right, cats, moms, and dads, this is the point we're at, friends. I have the score marks on each of the bend-in tabs. And I could be a hero or it could be a 0, but we're going to try this. I think I'm going to try to put this as close as I can and then just give it a turn. Oh. Please, Johnny. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, no, that's not going to work. Vise. Put it in a vise and then bend it over. That's what I'm going to do. All right, guys, so I have the piece right here. I put it in the vise. I'm looking down on it and getting it as level as I can, just so it's just above the vise. And then I'm going to give it a push in. And I think I'm going to give it a mallet tap. Push in with the mallet tap. Not too much warpage underneath. Let's keep working, guys. Bend down. Give it a mallet tap. These side ones are the ones I'm not going to be able to do. Okay, let's think. Let's think. This is going to work. Let's figure out how we're going to bend these middle ones, these side ones in. And so I think you guys are dying to know how I decided to figure this out. I'm just using the side of my vise right here, and I'm going to bend this forward. And you know, you see on the Castellations, it has those little side kind of lines that go down. That is typically to help the 18 gauge wrap around the stone easier. But we're doing it just basically only for aesthetics. So we looked at it. I'm just trying to get all of them kind of the same. So let's look at this so you guys can see what I'm slaying. See those little lines right there? All the way around. We're working on this castellated look. This is going to work. I think that's enough to hug on that crown. That's enough to hug there. That's definitely enough to hug there. The end ones are a little bit longer than the side ones, and I don't know if that might be a cool design. Keep the tour moving forward, friends. We're getting close. I'm going to do a shank on this bad boy, and then we're going to wrap this thing up, and then blam, friends. Somebody out there is going to be sousy and bousy. Look at my labradorite. I love labradorite. Pretty dope. And it has a lot of special properties. If you want to look it up, Google labradorite healing properties, and you'll find out all kinds of really cool stuff. Juanitosville mugs. Description, in the description, you can get the link to get your own Juanitosville mug. I like my coffee like I like my women. Not telling their brothers to kick my butt every time we get in an argument. I want this to be about a size 8. Normally I would go 55. With flare out 60. Let's just go 65. This is not very smart. I mean to hold it like this. Oh, there we go. Let's go 4 millimeters wide. All right, so I have a new idea, friends. I think I'm going to go close right here. And then I'm going to get each of these to bend out. So I'm going to actually take a break and have some breakfast. Millie made this for me, and I think she wants me to live forever because look at this. Quick break, friends, quick break. All right, you jewelry party animals. I'm back from having a little snack. We're sitting here with the bezel, and these are the pieces that I just cut out of the 22 gauge sheet. And what I want is to create a bend. A little bit of a bend. So I'm just going to use my finger muscles here, my thumbs and my pointer fingers, and with right under my fingernail, and just give it a little bend. I'm going to do the same with this side. Oh, my fingers are a little tired from the first one. This is another technique sometimes I do if I'm trying to get it to, I'll just kind of put it like this and just kind of press on it. Kind of roll it. Maybe I'll go like this. They say that you can't, silver won't bend any way that a paper won't bend, but I don't agree with that because I have had success right here, guys. What I'm going to do, friends, is my texture technique that is from episode, I'm going to do that technique on these because I've been liking to do that. I've been enjoying that lately. It's been kind of like a thing I've been into a little bit lately. So I'm going to texturize these with that effect that you guys see in the picture. All right, we're just going to prep these, and I'm going to use my old base block. Start with some flux, friends, when you're doing fusing. Sometimes you get a little hair in there. My eyeballs are wanting to fall out of my head after looking at that so hard, doing that for so long. That was a dumb way to do it. Somebody out there is like, hey man, you should have just used something smarter. We're gonna fuse. I have flux on the bottom. I'm just gonna go high heat whole area. This block is the less dense fire block that I have. Really like a lot. Doesn't soak too much heat away from whatever I'm trying to heat up. So we're gonna work on this bottom one down here, right here, friends. Let's go a little bit left and right. You can see it's very red. I want for it to get a little bit shiny. When I know it's a little bit shiny, I know there's some fusation happening. That looks pretty good fusation right there, friends. It's kind of stuck. There we go. Dang. Okay, let's get that out of there. Let's work on this one right here, friends. Cooks off the impurities first. Any little hairs, pieces of paper. Pretty shiny over there, pretty shiny. Let's move it. Getting shiny right there. Okay. Now we know it's going to be hot on the block, so we want to move it so it doesn't stick. If it sticks a little bit, friends, you just heat it up and then push it out of the way and then let it cool off. It won't stick there. And see if that feels like. If those side ones are really fused together, then they're fused on the big thing. Ow. Be careful, guys. Pokey. Yeah. So that's why I didn't spend too much time filing the edges, because I knew I was going to have to put in some work here. We'll just start cleaning it up and getting it ready to mount on the bezel. Órale, compañeros. So this is what it's going to look like, and I'm going to solder that in the middle right there. We're going to give it the benderooski. Let's go. Let's go for it. Looks about good. A little bit of flux. Hard solder. We're just going to kind of bond these two together. I did file flat on the inside of each of these or on the inside where they're touching, a little bit flat, just to give a little bit more surface area for them to touch. Let's try one. Let's see if we can do it with one, guys. Let's not over solder like sometimes I do. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm just beveling so that both sides of the outside of the shank are kind of angled in like this. So I'm just giving it a Just an angle file. Whatever's in the way is gonna get shaved off on that angle file. The basic of the shank, guys, you can see there we got this really cool texture. And then I think the next thing we'll do is take it to the soldering block, see if we can get this bad boy on there. We'll probably bend this in a circle. Let's see, size 7, size 8. And it's possible that I could solder that from the inside. Oh, geez, let's. Did you guys see what I'm saying? Can you see? Do you guys see what I'm saying? If I can get that, and I can put the solder right here and set it up like that, and then solder, bam, bam, bond it. Probably file this just so it's nice and flat. Bond it, and then go through later and saw the insides of these out so it flushes up perfect. That might be a solution. All right, guys, let's keep leaning toward moving forward. All right, Juanitosville, I can't leave you out of this party, friends. We are at the precipice, if you will. Bird's eye view. Four drops of Mighty Flux. We're gonna go hard because I don't think the back of that shank is gonna get nearly as hot as this face here. Should I go hard or should I go medium, guys? Will you guys call me 1-900-864? Okay, all of them are good except for this one. But let's just go for it. Let's go for it. You guys with me on this jewelry adventure, friends? Are you scared like I am? Because I'm a little bit scared. We're going to be ready to press if we have to do a little pressy press. Dude, I don't know. Right there. It's connected on this side, but it's not connected on this side. So, that's fine. Hey, at least we got half of it connected. I might try a different tactic and put a piece of solder under there. Here's another little technique that sometimes I use. My genius wire. All right, we're gonna try this again on the right side. We all have our days. Sometimes, man, everything just goes perfect, and sometimes this happens. Okay, we got that. Let's go. I think we got that, guys. Let me just look on this side, make sure that we're feeling good over here, because this is very important. If this piece is going to fall apart, it's going to fall apart right here, and we do not want that to happen. So I'm going to just reinforce this on both sides. Oh yeah. Oh, friends. Okay, now we're gonna snip these out, and then I'm gonna put it in the pickle, and let's go. I need to empty that before I step on it and everything goes everywhere, and then I get mad like I did last time. More cleanup, but dude, we're getting there. Let's put it in the pickle, and then we'll see what we're working with. Alrighty, hopeless romantics. This is what we have, friends. Look at that. I hope you guys can see that. It's everything that I kind of thought it might be in my vision. And we have our stone right here. Boom. I think it goes like this. Yeah, one of these sides is slightly higher, so the thing is slightly longer, but that's it right there, friends. Oh yeah, buddy. So the next thing to do is just polish this, and then I'll set this stone in here and get it all hugged in, and then we're gonna be in the money. So that right there, friends. As always, if this video had any value and you had fun on jewelry adventures, subscribe, man. support the channel. I'm trying to do more videos, and I don't want to get discouraged and quit. I want to feel encouraged and continue forward, man, because jewelry is awesome, and I like having you guys around. So yeah, my name is Benny. Thanks for the jewelry adventure, guys. See you guys next time. I'm out.